Bunnoe Mill has never ceased to turn for over 160 years. In 1821 it was owned by a family of Greens, and in 1857 Griffith valuations describe it as a flax and corn mill owned by Owen Foy. The present owner, also an Owen Foy, in your picture here, boasts that he is the third generation of his family to work the mill. In its heyday, the flax and corn mill worked from September to March and employed 11 men. We are now at the kiln face where many a story was told on winter nights. Owen here demonstrates how the kiln man used to feed the kiln fire with hulls or seeds. At present he uses briquettes. The bags of oats are taken up to the kiln head by a winch worked by the water wheel. They are then weighed before they are spread on the kiln to be dried.
Technology, that.
There you go now.
Turning the cast is part of the kilnman's art. There is always the danger of overheating if the fire is too strong, and so burning or scorching the cast, especially at the centre. If this happened, the entire cast would be useless. The miller was paid 1 6 for every hundredweight of meal made, and in bad times people used to sometimes pay both the miller and the kilnman with oatmeal instead of money. This was called thowel. The kilnman got a shilling per cast, and at peak season he dried 2 casts a day.
Wait, pull it up, okay? Hold about a bag at a time.
Same on the other side. What do you call the thing you're pulling with?
That's a drag.
When the cast is dry, it is taken down through 2 chutes using a drag.
Now,
So far, get out the handle first of all, Pat.
The dried oats is bagged and taken to the hopper on the first stage of its journey to the millstones. This sluice diverts the water to the mill race. Owen explains that he can judge the force of water needed from years of experience.
What if I don't want to ever
Oh yeah, that's right. The corners are the fire water, you also.
That's right. But again, you do it by rule of thumb.
You
The
learn
trade.
experience.
The trade, I see.
The second sluice, a mid-breast feed control, is regulated by a single rack worked by this wrench in the top right corner of your picture. The wheel is 13 foot 6 inches in diameter and 3 feet wide. It has 6 sets of wooden arms and the iron shroud plates marked A.W. Russell of Dundalk.
These stones here are kind of a freestone. They take off the hulls. You get bits of, you have to be dressed down again too. Here, stay where you are. You have to pick the other rest them with. Stay where you are. You have to pick now and again and level off and rough.
Yeah.
You have to turn them over. Top weight, top one there could be about 1400 weight left. Top stone. You just throw it over and you blacken it with stuff for a straight edge. Then the same with the other one. You only have to do it occasionally, like when after a couple of years' work. If the bushing gets loose, you have to.
I suppose in the old days you'd have to do it much oftener.
Oh, you have to work more constant, like, you know. We're only working occasionally now, you see.
Yeah.
So, those stones over there are the French board to make the oatmeal. They are a real hard stone.
One explains how the millstones are set.
Bar here, that's for adjusting the stones, either rolling them or raising them. The corners here, take them down for different kinds of oats. Good oats you raise and a wee bit low, middling oats you let lower.
And how, this is part of the skill or the trick of milling, to know when you have good oats, middling oats or bad oats, how to adjust the stone.
Well, you have to, you know, you have to go by your own judgment. Yeah, use your head, you say.
This is the pit wheel turned by the water wheel outside. It has beech cogs. It works the entire mechanism of the mill, the grinding stones, sieves, elevators and fans. The dried oats is taken from this hopper up the first of 3 elevators to the Killen stones. The elevator consists of a series of scoops on a belt. This vertical shaft, worked by the pit wheel, turns a cog wheel. In turn, it turns a long shaft that works the belts for the fans on the elevators. From this elevator, the oats falls down a chute into this sieve. It is rocked by what is known as a damsel. The sieve removes the small oats and the impurities. The shillen falls down into this sieve. It is worked by a belt which in turn rotates an off-centre vertical shaft. The sieve takes off the dust from the shillen and it falls down this chute into a bag. The seeds or hulls are taken off through this fan and the seeds are blown out into what is known as a seed house. Here we have a view of the fan from the actual seed house. Here we see the shillen and seeds falling down before this fan. The seeds will be blown out into the seed house. The clean shilling comes down along this chute on its way to the second elevator, which will take it to the grinding stones. It falls down this chute, which is rocked by a wooden damsel. This is the actual grinding. The meal comes from the grinding stone to a third elevator which takes it down this chute into a triple sieve, a rough, a medium and a fine. Here it is sifted. This is an in view of the sieve, and it is again rotating on an off-centre vertical shaft. Any rough cutlings that cannot make their way through the first sieve, together with stray seeds, come down through this chute, and the seeds are blown off by a fan into this second seed house. The fan is worked by this belt. The coarse cutlings that cannot make their way through the first or rough sieve are taken down this chute to the first elevator and returned to the mill and recycled. Meanwhile, any cutlings too big to get through the medium sieve are taken off in a chute to the left of your picture. They are returned to the third elevator and down the chute into the first sieve. In this way they are broken down, and most of them eventually make their way to the fine sieve into the finished product. This is the finished product falling down into a bin that has been here for decades. This flat piece of board is used to mix the meal, to mix the coarse and the fine meal. Now we take a look at the whole process. Down the chute into the Killen stones. Into the first sieve where the dust is taken off. The Killen and seeds fall down before the fan. This is the fan, and it blows the seeds out into the seed house. Here the dust falls into the bag. The Killen on its way to the grinding stones. The actual grinding. The meal falling down into the series of 3 sieves. The final product. Pinhead oatmeal.
off that for you.
A photograph taken a row or anything if you want it. I will like every man in a row would do.
Can you get us?
Yeah.
I'll put it down this handbrake and the thrasher, and then down the shoe. Yes, all best. I'm everything now. I don't fill in the stuff.
Bye.